Let us see the first question now. Right, what are the areas of prohibitive labor? Focus on this prohibitive labor that can be sustainably managed by robots. Discuss the initiatives that can propel research in premier research institutes for substantive and gainful innovation. Now, clearly, this question is heavy on keywords. Now, those keywords are just to scare you. At the end, let's simplify the question and decipher the question. So, the question is asking areas in which robots can assist or replace humans, but those areas should be prohibitive. That means they should be hazardous to human life. They should create those areas, working in those areas should create danger for human life. So we are not going to discuss, I think you should understand this by now, that we are not going to discuss about agriculture and healthcare. But of course, if you can create some points which are hazardous in healthcare or agriculture, please go ahead. But the point is, we are going to focus on prohibitive labor, right? So India isn't mentioned, hence we can give international examples also, but we should focus on India only. I have mentioned this already, that robots should be replaced in hazardous issues. That is what is being asked. Although robots are being used in a lot of places, but the only point we should consider is prohibitive labor, hazardous labor. So agriculture, manufacturing, healthcare should be ignored until unless you have some concrete hazardous point. So write less content, but write relevant content. And this topic, robotics, becomes important this year because a draft strategy on robotics was released by the government of India, and there has been a little gap also. There has been no question since 2015. So as you can imagine, there is a gap. Please try to practice this question and of course create good content, right? Holistic content. So what is a blueprint? First of all, in the introduction, go with the definition and significance of prohibitive labor and how it can be sustainably managed by robots. In the body, you focus on examples where robots can be used in prohibitive labor with both Indian and international examples. And of course, we will discuss the initiatives for research, propelling research. Conclusion, summary of potential impact and importance of innovation in robotics for prohibitive labor. Now, of course, if you don't have, sometimes we don't have such enough content because question is very targeted. So we might not have enough content for focusing only on premier research institutes, but then you can rephrase your answer according to the demand. Of course, things will be same, as we'll see, things will be same to propel research of any kind in any area. So let's come to the introduction. In the introduction, prohibitive labor refers to the dangerous and difficult tasks for humans, right? Robots can sustainably manage such labor and reduce danger to human. That is the point, right? So prohibitive labor, that is the focus of the question. It will increase safety and productivity. Now this is important. Please write this thing. Otherwise the introduction will feel half-hearted. Okay. You have to tell the importance. What are the areas of prohibitive labor that can be managed by robots? Now let's come to this. First thing that I've written is mining and hazardous material handling. For example, Coal India has a project called Project DigiCoal. It aims to use drones for mining survey, right? So that's hazardous, of course. You start digging and slowly you go inside the mine, and sometimes there are poisonous gases. So a bird, canary, the bird is called canary. It is used in mines to detect the poisonous air. In the similar manner, we can detect poisonous air, or we can detect the composition of the rock also by using drones and spectral analysis. There's a company in Australia called Rio Tinto that uses automated robots in mining. Right? So by these examples, you can tell how it can be, or how robots can replace, rather than just saying, see, everybody will tell that robots can do this, robots can do that. But I provided you with proper examples, right? You are obviously smart enough to write that in mining and hazardous material, robots can replace humans. You can already obviously write that, but I'm trying to give you a concise answer with good points. So you can write directly the point mining and hazardous material handling and provide examples. It is self-explanatory. Second is, and of course, wherever it is needed, I have provided points also, description also. Second is nuclear decommissioning and waste management. Robots, see, robots don't have organic matter, so they are less prone, or let's say almost they cannot be infected by the radiation and obviously cannot develop cancer. So BARC employs robots to manage nuclear reactor components. Next example, which is an international example, PACBot. PACBot robot is used in Fukushima, that is in Japan, nuclear power plant for decommissioning tasks. Next, we come to deep sea and underwater exploration. Of course, humans, when they are curious by nature, they want to research things, they want to explore things. But as you know, deep sea exploration is very dangerous, and there have been deaths even in machines that were safe, considered safe, which is recent also. So deep sea and underwater exploration can be taken by robots, and it has been done already. So robots can be built to withstand extreme temperature and pressure, because even with proper machines, it is not safe, completely safe. It is not completely safe for humans to dive very deep. So there was a machine in USA, developed in USA, Nereus, right? Nereus, Nereus. So that machine went till 10-kilometer depth in 2004 or 5, right? So obviously that was very difficult at that time, even with humans, or let's say protective equipment on a human. In India, National Institute of Ocean Technology has robots for deep sea mining. Next, we come to the manhole clearing and manual scavenging. Now, this issue is very prevalent in India, despite constitution outlawing this habit. This is one of the most dangerous, right, and dehumanizing tasks that claims a lot of life. For removing all this, there is a practical example that is being used, or a robot that is being used by Municipal Corporation of Gurgaon. It is called Bandicoot robot, right? This is used for sewer cleaning and manhole cleaning. In Netherlands, there is a KOKS Cox robot. I know it sounds funny. So KOKS robotic company's robot for the same purpose. Next, space exploration. Chandrayaan 2 had a lander. These are robots. Now, please don't consider only human looking things as robot. Even the vacuum cleaner, the automatic vacuum cleaner called Roomba, it is a robot. So robots come in different shape and sizes. So space exploration. Robots don't need air to breathe, of course. So because of which they can survive in harsh environment like space, and they can be used for satellite repair also. So Chandrayaan 2 had a robotic rover called Pragyan, which means wisdom, and which reminds me, I hope you are getting some wisdom from our sessions. NASA has deployed Curiosity Perseverance on Mars. Next is disaster response. Now, search and rescue is also a very dangerous task, in which even search and rescue people are injured, or in worst case they die. So robots can be used to supplement human efforts, right? Supplement. So for example, Japan University is currently researching and developing robots on this. There is no current example right now. All right. Now, what are the initiatives to propel research? Let's come to this section. Now, focus on India. Of course, funding and grants can be given for robotic research. Of course, money is the thing that drives all this. Collaboration is very important with industry and international collaboration to produce in-demand products. For example, IIT Delhi and ISRO have a collaboration for developing products for ISRO. You can establish dedicated research centers for this robotic in hazardous technologies, right? Yeah, there is a center for cyber physical research at ISC Bangalore. Next, interdisciplinary collaboration between different fields like computer science, like material science. Now, this point, many people tend to miss this point. See, if you create an open source research community, that will lead to lot of innovative ideas. For example, Android, for example, Linux operating system. These have led to many companies creating their own operating system based on Android. Why? Because it is open source. So open source platforms and data sharing that can be created in the research community to accelerate innovation. Open source data sharing, let's say anonymized data sharing, and innovations and research, when it is shared openly as much as possible, it almost always leads to innovation. Competitions. Countries and institutions can organize competitions like hackathons. For example, this exists right now in India. E-Yantra by IIT Bombay, a competition is organized. In USA, DARPA Robotics Challenge is there, and these are done to stimulate innovations and look for researchers who are interested in this field. So these are the methods that can be used. Right, coming to the conclusion, usage of robotics in prohibitive areas, it promises what? Safety, efficiency, and productivity. Right, I have not written this anywhere, but this is the conclusion. Robust regulation is needed with innovative freedom, right? That means freedom to innovate and financial benefits that will contribute to sustainable growth of this sector, right? So all these things end on a positive note. All these things lead to a positive conclusion that yes, okay, I understand what are the needs of this sector and how we can propel it. Okay? So that is all for this question. Now let us move on to the second question.